Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing a recipe for you. I'm going to be doing the paprika pork. It's really simple to make. It's ready in between 30 to 60 minutes, mainly because of the simmering time. It serves for the recipe. It is completely sin-free on Slimming World. And I'm just reading the recipe that's right behind you, so I apologise if I'm looking there. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, completely sin-free. It's not SP, but it is sin-free on Extra Easy. It is freezer friendly as long as you omit the fromage frais, which is what I'm going to be doing because obviously I batch cook and some of this is going in the freezer. But I'll run down the list of ingredients for you and I will show you. So you're going to need two large Spanish onions. Now I couldn't get Spanish onions, so I've just gone with the normal brown onions. So I've got 2 onions there. You're going to need a red pepper, which you're going to chop up, and that's why I've got my chopper here. I'm going to test this out as well. You're going to need 500 grams of lean pork fillet or visible fat removed. So I've got some of this muscle food pork that I was in the hamper that I had. So that is a 100 gram steak and that is a 400 gram steaks. So obviously I'm going to chop all those up and obviously cut all the fat off because there is a bit of fat on the back there. So I will remove that when I chop it up. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of paprika. I've only got the smoked paprika, but I think either works well. You're going to need either chicken or vegetable stock. So I've got chicken only because it was the last one in the pot. It used it up. And I'm going to be boiling the kettle in a minute to make that up to 300 mils. If you're using your fromage frais, so obviously if you're serving it straight away, you would need 6 tablespoons of fat-free natural fromage frais. But as I said, if you're freezing it, it doesn't work well with it, so don't use it if you're going to be freezing it. And you're also going to need a handful of fresh flat leaf parsley, roughly chopped, which is optional. I haven't got it here. When I serve it, I might just sprinkle a bit of the dried parsley on the top, but it is optional. You don't have to use that. So yeah, I'm going to prep all my stuff and get ready, and then I'll show you how to put all this together ready to make the delicious paprika pork. So first of all, I'm going to prep my veg. So I've got my chopper here, the Brefton's chopper, which was recommended by a lovely lady of Jane Gammons. If you don't follow her channel already, go and check her out because she is brilliant. So I am just going to, this is the first time I've used this, by the way, so if this goes wrong, it'll be user error, not gadget error. So, I'm just going to chop my onion, place it on there, and allegedly you just go like that. Excellent! And there is your onion gone. And again, how easy is that? That is absolute, oh my god, that is absolutely incredible. Absolutely no waste either. So the whole thing goes through and it is literally just all chopped up into small pieces. I love that. Jane, you're a genius for recommending this. Thank you so much. So I'm going to do that with my peppers and my other onion. Chop up the pork, remove all the fat, and then I'll come back to you. Okie dokie guys, so I've prepped my veg and I've prepped my pork. And everything else is all to hand, so I'm going to show you how we make this. Now, the first bit is the vegetables, and they should be done in a frying pan. However, there's a reason I'm using a saucepan, and that is because it's all a one pot thing, but a bit later you have to cover it with a lid, and I don't have a frying pan with a lid, so I'm doing it in this because I've got the lid that will go on this. But it doesn't really matter, to be honest, I don't think. So literally all we're going to do first of all is brown the onions and peppers for about 5 minutes. So I'm just going to let the oil heat up. Obviously use your low calorie cooking spray, which is your old Fairlight. So just letting that heat up. Okay, and when that's warm, just pop your onions and your peppers in. So you're just going to cook those off for about 5 minutes. Okay, so after about 5 to 6 minutes, we're going to add the pork. I'm going to cook that off for about 4 minutes or until it's browned. Okay, so once your pork is all browned through, which is looking good, you're going to add your paprika, and then so it's 2 tablespoons of paprika, and that's right, 2 tablespoons. So just seem a lot of paprika. It does give it a rather bit of a kick, which is really nice. I mean, I don't particularly like anything spicy, but I do like this. This is rather delish. So let's get this in here. So just sprinkle in your 2 tablespoons of your paprika. There we go. Just coat everything in it, and then you're just going to cook that for another minute or so. And you can really smell it. It smells brilliant. Okay. Then after a minute, you're just going to add your stock. So 300 ml of either vegetable or chicken stock. Like I said, I've gone for chicken. And just give that a stir in. And then all you're going to do is just bring this to the boil. And then once it's boiling, turn it down to a simmer and cover it. So, wait for this to come back to the boil. And once it's okay, so once that's boiling, you're going to cover with your lid, a tight fitting lid, and just turn it down to a bit of a simmer. And you're just going to let that simmer through now for 30 minutes. So I'll leave that there, and I'll come back to you in 30 minutes and show you what it's like. Okay, so I'm just going to check on this now. This is looking really lovely. So, I'm just going to give it a bit of a stir. So that has been on now, yeah, for about 30 minutes. So that is going to be pretty much done. If you are using the fromage frais, so if you're going to be serving it up sort of like straight away, you would add most of the fromage frais into the pork now, and just keep back, I would say, 1 or 2 tablespoons just to add at the end on the top. But if you want to make the sauce nice and creamy, you can add it now. If you don't want any extra sort of dolloped on the top. That, my friends, with just a tad of seasoning, bit of salt and pepper in there, give it a bit of a stir, it's done. So I'm going to portion that out. As I said, it serves 4, so I'm just going to portion that up, and that'll be, I've got 1 for my tea tomorrow night, I've got 1 for my lunch the day after, and 2 to go to the freezer to have for another day of leftovers. And so here is the finished product. You can serve this with extra veg and stuff like that. I've chosen not to tonight, but obviously you can serve it with some nice green veg. I've just got some rice. But it will go well with potatoes or anything like that. But I think rice works best. So you've got your red peppers and your onions in it, your paprika and your pork. Very nice. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you do. Any comments if you try it yourself are much appreciated. So thanks for watching.